Yo! Welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Have you ever stared at a support resonator and thought, hold on, is this guy secretly a DPS beast? Well, today you're in luck because we're putting Brant under the microscope. The liberator of damage charts and breaker of expectations. Is Brant a hidden main DPS masquerading as a support? Or is Kuru Games just trolling us with another flashy resonator? So grab your shiny calculators and let's get to crunching numbers. It's math time, baby! Do note that this video is based on pre-released information, so please take it with a grain of salt. At first glance, Brant doesn't seem all that impressive. At level 90, he starts with a modest base attack. If you equip him with his best in slot weapon, that stat jumps to decent but not groundbreaking. However, when you stack energy regen and activate his liberation buff, Brant's attack skyrockets to a jaw-dropping 4. Suddenly, this so-called support is looking like a bona fide DPS contender. Building Brant takes some careful planning. His 4-cost slot should prioritize crit rate for consistent damage output. For 3-cost slots, go for energy regen and fusion damage bonus, assuming you've got his best in slot weapon. Without it, double energy regen is a safer bet to hit the optimal energy stats that you need. Do note, however, that there are viable 4-star options with energy regen substats for Brant. As for 1-cost slots, stick with the attack and HP combination, because who needs innovation when you've got reliability? Now, let's get to the juicy part, Brant's damage. This is what you came here for. His Forte circuit chain boasts an absurd 9% damage multiplier. With max buffs, that translates to 195,207 base damage. Add in 150% crit rate and you're looking at a total of 488,017 damage for the full chain. Of course, enemy resistance brings this number back to earth, cutting it in half, for example, against enemies with 50% resistance. His resonance skill chain is no slouch either, with initial strikes hitting for 25,592 base damage or 63,982 with a crit. The final plunge attack adds another 20,071 crit damage, bringing the total to 84,054. Finally, his liberation damage, sitting at a solid multiplier, delivers base damage or with crit. It's not his highest output, but it's a reliable burst that complements his overall kit. Now, Brant isn't just about damage. His utility as a healer and shield provider makes him a surprisingly versatile addition to your roster. With his liberation buff, Brant provides healing that scales to 2,115 per tick, activating every 2 to 3 seconds. In long battles, this consistent recovery can outshine burst healers. His Forte also delivers a one-time heal of 1,123, which isn't much, but adds a bit of bonus sustain. Where Brant really stands out, though, is his shield, absorbing up to 9,042 damage. This shield offers excellent protection against heavy hits, giving your team a critical edge in tough fights. Pair Brant with Changli for seamless fusion buffs. If you're looking to put in an extra element in your team composition, why not go with Sanhua? However, if you decide to go for an all-fusion team, a 3-way fusion gangbang, Mortifi with the 5-piece Empyrean Anthem is your man. Together, these trios create a dual DPS dream team that can obliterate enemies while keeping your team buffed and sustained. Is this synergy meta-defining? I believe that it's an absolute yes. Is it affordable? Well, maybe not so much. So, is Brant truly worth the hype? While his damage potential is undeniably impressive, it comes with significant caveats. Achieving those jaw-dropping numbers requires everything to align perfectly. Flawless skill execution, favorable crit RNG, and meticulous energy management. Miss even one of these elements and his performance takes a noticeable dip. Furthermore, his reliance on his best-in-slot weapon and meticulously optimized artifact rolls amplifies the gap between his theoretical potential and practical usability. Players without the time or resources to invest heavily in his setup may find his performance underwhelming compared to other less resource-intensive characters. That said, Brant does have redeeming qualities that make him accessible to a broader audience. Viable 4-star weapon options with energy regeneration substats can enable him to achieve around 70% of his maximum output, offering a budget-friendly alternative for those unwilling to chase his signature weapon. While this setup won't unleash his peak DPS, it still allows him to function as a solid team asset, especially in compositions where his utility and elemental synergies can shine. Ultimately, Brant's value lies in how much you're willing to invest in him, both in terms of resources and strategy. For casual players or those with limited resources, he may not feel as game-changing as his initial hype suggests. So, is Brant the hidden DPS king of Wuthering Waves, or just another overhyped banner destined to fade into obscurity? The answer, as always, depends on your playstyle, preferences, and willingness to commit. For players who thrive on mastering intricate rotations and optimizing every stat, Brant is a rewarding powerhouse. His ability to dish out jaw-dropping damage while offering solid support potential makes him a versatile addition to any team, provided you're ready to meet his steep investment demands. With the right weapon, artifacts, and team synergy, Brant can dominate even the most challenging content. However, for the average player, Brant's high skill ceiling and dependency on perfect builds might feel like more trouble than he's worth. Without his best-in-slot weapon or precisely tuned artifacts, his performance drops, and his rotation-heavy playstyle may frustrate those looking for a more straightforward DPS character. For many, the question isn't whether Brant is good, but whether he's good enough to justify the effort and resources required to make him shine. So what is your take? Is Brant a must-pull for your team, or will you be skipping this banner in favor of a more accessible character? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell for more Wuthering Waves content. Until next time, keep those damage charts liberating, or at the very least, looking impressive. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.